Hey everyone, welcome to our health promotion presentation on respiratory issues in Honduras. This video will be presented by Brandon, Demira, Amber, Chelsea, Nalia, and Jenny. But before we begin, we would like to inform you that many of our photos were taken firsthand by Chelsea, who had the opportunity to volunteer herself in Honduras. But nonetheless, let's begin. Honduras is a Central American country located approximately 600 kilometers north of Costa Rica, where the population is about 9.6 million. The coastline is home to many resorts where tourists can experience excursions such as exploring Bay Islands, diving in the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef, or hiking through ancient Mayan ceremonial sites. However, locals of Honduras are facing serious respiratory issues due to a mix of environmental and social factors. These issues are linked to pollution, poor education, and limited resources. But why is there such a high volume of respiratory cases in Honduras? Let's start by looking at the social determinants of health, which include healthcare, education, economics, social, and environmental factors. Diving into the healthcare system, there are many evident flaws stemming from the lack of both professionals and resources, as well as poor sanitation in existing hospitals. In a recent study, 42% of Hondurans reported household members lived with a persistent cough, and another 25% stated they experienced difficulty breathing. Despite these high statistics, 1 in 7 people do not have access to healthcare. Now, although this may seem shocking to us, the study also showed citizens did not relate respiratory issues to illness, which brings us to our next topic, education. Results from other surveys show that the majority of the population have only received education up until the 6th grade. The education gap exists due to limited resources. Teachers are paid low wages and do not have access to effective instructional materials. Their training rarely includes updated technology or current teaching methods. Natural disasters such as hurricanes have flooded education buildings, leaving computers and school records destroyed. These factors have contributed to the lack of understanding in respiratory issues. Now we will examine how economic factors relate to the health of Hondurans. Majority of the locals survive off of less than $1.90 USD a day. However, many Hondurans are employed within various processing factors. Some examples include sugarcane factories, coffee plants, and the development of wood products. These labor positions are typically not provided with adequate personal protection, which expose workers to unsafe chemicals, dust, and fiber. Sadly, due to the lack of education, it is difficult for locals to find new jobs. There are many social factors that play into any culture, but for our topic of respiratory illnesses, we are going to focus on the smoking culture in Honduras. Many statistics showed a high percentage of people who smoke regularly, some who begin as early as age 10, as there is little public knowledge of the health risk associated. On one package, the only risk listed was that smoking may cause wrinkles. Without knowing risk factors, children are exposed to secondhand smoke due to parents smoking in their own homes. This leads us to our last topic of environmental factors. Honduras faces 3 main areas of pollution: air, home, and burning of fossil fuels, all of which correlate to each other. Most locals have an open burning stove within their home that burns solid fuels used for cooking and heating. However, this creates a very poor breathing environment. Along with this, many employment factories are required to burn fuels in order to sustain product. As you can see, all the social determinants of health relate to each other. But what now? Our focus will now shift to the promotion of good health, and although we cannot alter economic and environmental factors overnight, we can encourage, promote, and educate variables that can change. Our group looked at both direct and global impacts that may help how Hondurans view their respiratory health. We want to emphasize on education about secondhand smoke and home pollution and the lasting effects it may have on individuals and children. We can encourage small steps to alter individuals' habits such as smoking outside, distancing stoves from common areas, and minimizing items that hold on to smoke. In the work environment, we want to encourage PPE and for individuals to consider bringing gloves, eye protection, and masks if possible. For those who are more wealthy, we can consider donating our resources and time to help the health of others, encouraging small contributions such as donating old textbooks or having your pharmacy look into donating medical supplies. Each step has the opportunity to make a greater change. So, the overall goal is to create sustainable goals and resources people of Honduras can easily access. And just remember, your contribution always matters. Thanks for watching.